super festive.
We'll find out. That was
Is it Ad Finem? Ad Finem.
It's Ad
Possibly.
Finem. Okay.
It might have been, yeah.
But in that case, why don't you do the cheer that, you know, MNT
MNT did make a request.
Well, that ain't working, Sheeps. They
Oh,
got to change
whoa.
it up.
Oh, we have a domestic.
Yeah, that is not gonna end well, guys.
Oh, wow. Calm down.
This is, that's a broken relationship right there. Sorry.
Hey man, they can have their differences.
Here we go now.
Celebrate them.
Ad Finem so far, no change from their plan of banning Alk and Naga Siren. The problem is, I think that does mean that OG know exactly what they don't like to play against, and they can just pick whatever the heck they like.
I think banning 3rd, 4th, focusing on Jerax and Fly is a good approach that Ad Finem can do just because of how much of an impact they've had. And I think probably saving, probably grabbing Madara's hero in like the 3rd and saving one of the supports for later on in the instances, just because of they need to do something just to weather the storm.
Okay, previous games, this is a tiny change at Finem. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say they banned out Naga first over Alchemist, but they still banned out both.
Yeah, they just hate them, and that's it. They're happy with that.
I mean, I don't blame them.
They're so
it's very
persistent.
difficult to face against. I mean, OG has been also so successful with those two heroes.
I mean, I think the thing is, if you can't find out a way to beat those heroes, and you know it, there's no point letting them through.
Yep.
You just say, well, we'll ban those, and then we'll worry about what else they come up with.
Yeah, I didn't think that they'd really go for banning the Alchemist every single game. I saw them do it the last series, but they did play incredibly well versus the Alchemist yesterday. I know the Naga Siren's an obvious ban versus OG, but I think that they have tools to be able to deal with the Alchemist, but either way, that's not what they want to go for this game, clearly. They have a plan coming into mind, so they give up OG, the Shadow Demon, and they take the Rubik Luna themselves. Very strong lane already coming off the bat, so it seems like that's a little bit of the change-up that they're doing. Grabbing Madara's hero early, as I mentioned, and this gives them a bit of team fight, and the Rubik lets you be able to obviously have deep push into like later stages and illusion clear.
And have a little bit of shadow
Smiles
demon
on their
yourself.
face though.
They're very happy.
Dude, they made the final.
I think no matter
I
what.
honestly think they're like, we made the final.
We are on the grand final stage of a major.
So this was the, I guess, I don't know, maybe you could say the EG approach. Just look at this is pretty much what they like to open up, but it's an opener that we see very often. Shadow Demon with Mirana, obviously with the combo from the Arrow, Soul Catcher amplified with the Starstorm, and it's incredibly good versus the Luna, as I've mentioned a couple times, because Lunas are halting off on getting the BKBs till later stages, so Mirana has heavy burst potential for that. And it's just a solid pickup. It also leaves it open-ended because this can still be the mid Mirana. It can more than likely, I think in this game it'll be the Jerax Mirana though, just because of how much they like putting him on roaming heroes, and obviously Fly playing that defensive support as we're used to seeing.
Which you were explaining to me during that last game is just something that he is one of the very best at.
Yes. He's
this passive support.
Yeah, he's back when they were playing like with the old OG. I think their big one through Frankfurt, it was what I think it was Dazzle Tusk or Dazzle Wisp and stuff like that. They really heavily like to play those two.
I miss Tusk. I miss Tusk. He's a good hero, man. Bring back Tusk.
He's not a good hero anymore.
No, bring back Tusk.
Well, he can work in very rare scenarios, but he's definitely gotten hit by the nerf hammer.
Wasn't it PA's dagger? Even if you play her as a support, is stronger than the ultimate of the Tusk or something like that.
But it doesn't. Yeah, I mean that's an argument people have said, but it's not. Dagger's not BK piercing. It doesn't stop TPs. So that's. But yeah, PA dagger is pretty close to that.
Look at how happy he is.
This is obviously like either they know what's coming.
I think they have a secret plan. I mean, if you're seeing someone smile like that, it's like, we know something.
It's a Luna and a Rubik. What do you know that we don't?
Yeah, something.
Ban the drought, ban the ducks,
Well, they're already picking up a much stronger 5-man unit with the Rubik Luna. They can group up with towers and they can take the battle to OG in that same manner. So they obviously are adjusting to. I have to stop saying that word. Please smack me. No, obviously. If I say obviously again, smack me, please. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, they're changing up the way that they're playing and just wanting to fight OG earlier on.
Basically.
Damn you, Ted.
I think if someone would grab a notebook and count the times that any of us say obviously, they would find that we say that quite often.
It's called a verbal crutch.
I don't think I say that word often. Because...
No, I mean, obviously you don't.
Obviously, it's a problem word for me, obviously.
Okay, so I really like the Darkseer ban, by the way, because Skylark, we just saw him on the Nyx Assassin, and that is a slightly predictable hero. I think Darkseer would have fit him better.
Yeah.
And having the Darkseer banned out is, I think, is going to make it tough for Finem to find a good offlaner for Skylark instead.
Is the Slardar a genuine, just straight respect to Jerax and what he was up to?
Jerax and S4.
S4, excuse me, S4. It was S4.
Yeah.
And before that, before earlier today, it was Jerax as well. So both count here, yeah.
I think it entails a few things. I think the Darkseer ban also, because they already have a Rubik and Luna, they want to group up. Darkseer, Mech Carrier. It's also heavy pressure in the safe lane, and we used to see Finem pick like they could even still have gone for like the Bounty Hunter. They love doing these dual melee pressure lanes with the Darkseer. And back to going to like the Drow and Slardar ban. So the Drow ban, obviously they have two. I said it again. Listen to me.
Hey.
They said they have.
Forget about it.
They have 2 ranged heroes already picked up, so the Drow is very good. Plus it's on Dire side. Same kind of instance with the Slardar. It just makes it a lot easier for them to be able to go into that Roche pit, and it sets up a lot of different.
I think there's an OD coming out of OG.
Yeah, but the cast hasn't started yet.
Huh,
Earthshaker.
Now,
Hello.
Hero has a very high win rate.
It worked in the group stage.
100% win rate that it's been picked up.
In one game, right?
yeah,
It's been played 3.
3?
yeah, but
really?
one game for Finem, you were right with that.
Yes.
And it was maybe next time playing Earthshaker in that game.
OD.
He's calling it.
So far, the draft is almost the same as the one they had, where they actually had a win against OG. The Darkseer is someone that they can't pick up anymore. The other one was Timbersaw, and that one is still in the pool if Finem still wants to go for that one and then pick something else for Skylark. Otherwise, it's 3 for 3 right now.
Earthshaker is another way to deal with illusions. He's very good versus it. Jesus, listen to me. It's very good to deal with it, and it's a very defensive
I
support.
don't notice until
I notice it every
it.
single time I say it, and it triggers me.
Okay.
But it's very good at protecting the Luna and very good at dealing with the illusion spam. And it also, you want to disrupt the combo from like the disruption and the arrow. So if you're able to stop that with a fissure, it's like very optimal.
Is that obvious? Is it?
I see you thinking about what you're gonna say, and I see you thinking about was I gonna say it with obviously or without?
Gotta concentrate for a moment.
The thing with Earthshaker, I love this hero. I think he's a great hero.
Yeah.
And I always ask the pro players when I get a moment to bother them, why don't you guys pick Earthshaker? And he has a few problems.
Okay.
First of all, he doesn't have any lane presence really. Like you can't really harass much. His build up is very slow. You need to get a blink dagger for him to become really useful, and it's just not like Sand King does it better. You'd rather have a Sand King in your game than Earthshaker is the way it currently works. Because Sand King, you've got Caustic, and your stun is just. The other thing is that like a Fisher will sometimes block your team, and you desperately don't want that. Like we saw that earlier when someone was playing Earthshaker in one of the other games.
Again.
Dragon Knight. All right, so no way.
Another puck. It looks like they want to see Thug give it another shot.
Team fight. That's all I'm really seeing from Finem. Like
Okay.
Earthshaker, team fight, Puck, team fight, Luna, Rubik, same kind of instance.
This is a change of strategy then.
Definitely, they want to be able to fight at those tier 1s, because OG, it just seems like every single time they group up at this 13-minute mark, it just becomes a massive problem for Finem. OG going for this DK, we've seen it multiple times. It enables your team to just easily group up. It's also very good with the Juggernaut and with the Mirana easily to set up arrows, and it's incredibly good versus Puck with that instant disable from the Dragon Form, Dragon Tail.
Closing in. Last couple of drafts to be done. It looks like is that an Omni Knight ban right at the end? Is back in the draft, or rather back in the bans.
Yeah, he's just a ball bag of a hero. You don't want to play against him.
They've banned it like I think
Yeah,
they've
I'm
picked
pretty
like
sure
every
they-
single time
yeah.
versus OG, just not wanting to deal with same thing.
There's no bat though.
Death Ball more and sustain since OG doesn't have it.
Sustain.
There is no bat.
And
Yeah.
Dazzle might still come out in that regard, but I do think that
They
they're
do.
looking for
They need an S4 hero.
an S4 hero, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Timber is still removed on the side of OG as well.
Sand King is there.
He owned with Clockwork versus Luna
Yeah,
before.
Clockwork is there.
There's still a lot of heroes in the pool that S4 can properly play.
5 seconds.
I do like that Rubik also can lift and put something on the other side of the fissure to come back to what you said earlier. Being on the wrong side, they can fix it if they want to in that way.
Yep, true. Nyx assassin.
They're pulling it back.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, now, for the Finem's final draft, where do your minds go? Where do they wander to?
They want to have more team fight, surely, but they
Surely
need,
it's
need something for Skylark.
Legion Commander versus the Illusions. That's something that people have been picking up. It's a scaling offlaner as well, since they are pretty much depending on this Luna to solo carry them. I think that they do need something else to scale, since they're versus a DK and a Juggernaut and a Mirana who can potentially scale.
Isn't LC seen as a bit of a risk, though?
It can be, but I've seen an LC Earthshaker dual lanes. Okay,
There it is.
yeah,
Hey,
they pick it right
hold
away.
it.
Good call. Good
Very
call.
nice call.
It's puts a lot of pressure too, because you can spam your spells a lot, and you can like force the Juggernaut to like use Healing Ward and just force a lot of regen from the safe lane.
So will history be written today? Will OG, and there's multiple reasons why history could be written in this game. Not only could OG be the first ever organization to hold 3 major titles should they win this game of Dota, but also in the history of this game, in the history of Dota 2, not a single Valve event has seen a grand final end 3-0. Could this be it? Could OG write multiple pages of the Dota 2 history book in one game of Dota? It is a $500,000 game of Dota 2, so strap yourselves in and let's get into the cast.
Thank you very much, Alex. Indeed, we're here ready to go for the 3rd game of this best of 5 series. I think the crowd would love to see more than just 3 games, but nonetheless, Ben, if OG are able to do this 3-0, it really is going to be an incredible feat from the boys.
Yeah, they have pretty much their cookie cutter draft. DK as the backbone, Juggernaut for the sustain and defensive support. Ooh, wow. Arrow came out already in the mid lane. That was weird.
But overall, I mean, obviously we've seen 2 games where Finem have struggled against OG. Is there anything about this draft in particular that kind of raises your hopes for them a little bit more here in Game 3?
They took the Luna this time. I think that's a huge difference. Game 1 was Luna, Game 2 was Drow Ranger, Game 3 is Juggernaut. Juggernaut just doesn't have that aura that can really be the spine of your team, the hero that everyone revolves around, and he doesn't buff everyone out. The Healing Ward is all right, but nothing like the Lunar Blessing or the Precision Aura.
Oh, I mean, look at this. This could get messy for Finem. OG smoked up in a very good position to find something they're going to find, and maybe next time the 5 of them surround him. Arrow timing on point from OG, and they will claim first blood for Ana as well on that Dragon Knight.
So maybe next time was approaching from that side because he was dropping an Observer Ward in the top lane, perhaps trying to scout out the movements of the Shadow Demon and the Mirana. This is a very difficult combo to deal with, and I think it's also another reason why they picked the Legion Commander. The press the attack is not only good versus the Juggernaut in the lane, but it's also very good to dispel the arrows and the long duration Dragon Knight to make sure that the Puck and other heroes survive.
Absolutely, as we saw then, some good smiles coming out in-game, but not only in-game, also in the real world, inside the boost. Both teams, smiles on their faces, whatever happens here, both enjoying the moment. And indeed, a lot of people here and at home would enjoy it just a little bit more to see a closer game between these 2 sides, but so far OG haven't given it.
On the left, this is a way underrated part of the Earthshaker. He creep blocked the wave, and they're aggro trying, and aggro trying generally puts you in a slight positional disadvantage, but with that creep block, maybe they can get a kill in this lane, or at least pressure the Jug a lot.
So do you like this decision from Finem to run this lane aggressively, rather than kind of taking it down to the bottom?
Yeah, I think that No-Tail has had way too much free reign in these games, and he does a lot with his gold. He doesn't hold on to it. He's very decisive about his item build and how he wants to progress with his team. And I think the more you slow him down, you slow down the entirety of OG. I think if like Ana, for example, was really farmed in the OD game, but they were still able to group up, if No-Tail is under farmed, then they can't group up at 12-13.
And of course, this aggressive challenge is going to leave these 1v1s elsewhere. S4, offlane Nyx Assassin against Skylark's Legion Commander. Do you expect to see someone come out massively ahead in this matchup?
I think Skylark is definitely the favorite in this matchup. LC is a very good matchup against the Nyx Assassin. Mana, not an issue. You have Moment of Courage, no big deal. And he just hits a lot harder.
More top lane though, the setup again. Disruption into Arrow. OG picking up a second and already starting to get the crack showing in Finem's aggressive tri lane.
That was a nice try. He tried to split them off with the fissure, but yeah, he's just way too far up. They just need to play it safe and limit the Juggernaut's farm. They have 2 ranged heroes in that lane.
Mid lane at the moment, very, very even between the 2 sides. As Ana and Thug on 10 CS each at the moment. MNT checking out any sort of movements. It is going to be Jarrett's coming in from the river. Madara and Spartan have to be careful about being caught out by a disruption from Fine. In fact, Madara, he may have come too close. Jarek, again, looking for the arrow, but there's going to be the body block. Spartan tanking the arrow, making sure that Madara is safe. But Spartan will pay off his life. No Tail comes under the range of the tower, though. Could be in trouble himself, but Madara's got to be careful. He can't come close enough to finish it off. He's too low. In fact, he's coming in again, but Jarek's kind of tickling away at the Luna. Madara has to be incredibly careful. Again, OG finding a third kill, 3-0. It's already looking to be another strong opening here from the side.
Valiant effort by Rubik. He tried to tank the arrow, but Fissure had already come out. Jerax.
Madara, he keeps coming out here on incredibly low health.
Yeah,
trying to sap XP.
Here. Rubik's the only full range hero in this lane on the Radiant side. If he's not there, then Mirana is actually the strongest hero in this lane.
Need something again, Madara to come forward. Garrix is at a good position on the side. If Fly's able to find some sort of disruption, they're just going to be bringing the lane back, bringing the wave under the tower to allow No-Tail to farm it a little safer. As Finem will try and disrupt the side pull and get some XP and gold out of this trade. Mid lane, still the matchup. Thug slightly ahead and keeping it close, but Thug also able to bring Anna down relatively low. He's got 2 more ball charges in the pocket, so he's A-okay. And the bottom lane matchup as it continues, 18 for 1 on S4.
They're wrapping around on top.
This could get messy again. Finem pincered in towards that side shot. They had to be so careful with the way that they bring Madara out to farm these waves. He's heading back, Fly, see if he can find a disruption, but the telekinesis from Spartan will hold back the Shadow Demon. MNT in the tree line will immediately TP back out to the tower in order to avoid being caught out by this trio of OG.
Well, look how scared they are in that lane. Like, how are you supposed to see us when you're constantly scared of dying?
He's in a lot of trouble here. Pop the illusion rune, turn him around with a Dragon Tail, with a Fissure from MNT. Absolutely beautifully done. And they will get their first kill on the board.
And so they're winning the other 2 lanes at least. Only 2 deaths, I believe, in the top lane. And yeah, LC coming out way ahead of CS and of the Nyx, and Puck with that 1 kill on the Dragon Knight. It's going to be huge for him. And now he has raindrops to prevent the likelihood of that happening, but still, they have to worry about Madara.
Oh, again, Madara potentially massively out of position here, stuck in the tree line. I don't think there's any way that he can make his way out of this. He's going to try and juke it out. A good telekinesis will hold OG back, but Jerax jumps forward, will chase him down. Madara turns with a Lucent Beam, but the right clicks are too much here. Jerax, oh, he's toying with him. He's playing with him there. Oh, Jerax being a little cheeky. But OG playing around with their food. They do eat it at the end of the day, and it's a 4th kill.
And Mirana's one of those heroes that you do not want to give extra kills to. She's 1-0-3 right now, and we all know how disruptive early axe time is. Oh, Spartan gets arrowed up at the T1 tower. They ping him out.
And he doesn't have any help. He's on his own at the moment. With the disruption into potential Blade Fury from No-Tail. Jarek's falling low though, and Jarek's okay. It will be brought down with this. And at the same time, down bottom, Skylark and Madara were able to find the S4 kill.
No experience for the Rubik, sadly, but still, 3-on-1 situation, getting a kill like that, that's big. And Skylark will switch up to the top lane. I think Skylark +1 is going to be a much safer lane for them.
Mid lane. Do have the setup, Dragon Tail coming in, the arrow to connect as well. Thug taken down. Spartan with the telekinesis onto Fly, seeing if he can find anything in return, but is it going to be the case? So rotations come out from Finem, and in return, OG making rotations of their own towards that mid lane.
Maybe next time, perhaps looking for another place to gank. We'll get an invisibility rune, a pretty good one for him. DK, maybe they could trap him up the cliff. I don't know. He's very tanky though. And now they see Jerax moving into the Radiant side, looking to pressure this weak Luna. S4 on the prowl.
Get anything. If they do make that jump, indeed, MNT will be there to help potentially turn around any sort of potential tower dive from OG. Jerax, he's eyeing up an arrow. MNT is eyeing up him with this invis rune. Between the 2 of them, it's going to be half of them to get a kill. All will be dropped down by OG. And maybe next time, just keeping eyes on them. No more TPs coming through. It's just giving the intel for Madara to play very safe. Making sure that the Madara doesn't get caught out again by this play from S4. Still hiding in the tree line. First usage of Vendetta wasn't able to warrant a kill. Now they're bringing more backup. Rubik's going to be heading down to make this a trio. And they could attempt a turnaround onto any sort of play that comes out from OG. S4 to reveal himself, and this could be the target. MNT leading in, Here we go with the Fisher, catches out both of them, telekinesis onto the Nyx Assassin, dragging him back, but with the Spike Carapace, he keeps himself alive. Skylark, seeing if he can chase down, has got the duel if he gets in range, but S4, Vendetta back online, and will get himself away.
Oh, the Fisher didn't actually connect with the Nyx Assassin there. They really needed that chain disable to stop him from double stunning them. Thug spots out Jerax.
Good silence, couldn't allow them to get a kill. They dropped the Dream Coil, Leap still on cooldown, and they found it there.
Nice usage of the courier right there. He thought that he could position himself and perhaps leap down the cliff so that Elsie wouldn't get the duel off, but that vision from the courier allowed him to duel him from what looked like was from across the tree.
Oh, mid lane, a good Fisher block here for maybe next time. Could warrant another kill for Finem. Anna's got 2 points in the Dragon's Blood, turns around with a good stun to hold back the Legion. MNT gets the passive proc off. And Finem, they're stepping it up here in game 3, but No Tail, he is also bringing in the level up of his play as well as he jumps in. Solo kill with that Omni Slash. MNT heading across. Fisher, he has got the mana with that Mango. Mango's up to trap No Tail, but No Tail still gets the chance to play Fury. Skylark trying to close in, see if he can find a target. 4 seconds until that ult's back online. A little short on the mana at the moment. So it looks like OG will get away. But I'm unable to find the connection.
Oh, that was so close. They almost timed the orb with that fissure so that Jug wasn't able to walk away. That would have been very nice for them. Ana already pressuring that mid tower. That tower's at half HP. They used their glyph the first time that he hit the tower, and Spartan trying to scramble around and rally to the defenses as the T1 tower on the top lane is simultaneously being sieged.
And they'll get it, OG. With this push, Finem not making any attempts to hold this. Going to send heroes over to the tier 2, but No Tail able to claim that tower bounty into his pocket. Skylark moving forward. Jerax still hiding on that sidelines here. And with that ward, they'll know that Skylark relatively alone, but won't look to make that move in. They did scan behind him as well, just seeing if it was going to be open for a potential kill. Still, Skylark playing around in this area.
They're smoking from behind. Breathe them at the secret shop. There is an observer ward on the high ground if Mirana were to pop it, but because they're venturing so deep into the dire jungle, I don't think they're going to get wind of this. And Nyx Assassin, is he going to be able to be around this?
Can he get this MNT? Looking to set up with a Fisher from smoke. No Tail immediately Blade Fury backing up underneath the tower, falling low, tries for a Fisher block, but No Tail fights his way for the trees, but they do get the duel, bringing No Tail back in and down. MNT holding back the Nyx Assassin. Mass TP's coming through from OG. They'll look towards MNT. Skylark purging off the stun with the press the attack, but they'll lose the Earthshaker nonetheless.
Puck's coming in from the side.
Oh, good Dream Coil onto 2 as well. Thug jumping across. They're brought down low. Good Q here. Drop from Skylark. He moves back in, focusing the DK. Get DK stunning up Thug, holding him back, but Skylark's not done. Moving in for more, bringing them down low. But the Star Soul for Jerax nearly pops Skylark. Jerax jumps forward, finishes off one, turns towards Thug, trying to find another kill, but Spartan takes him out. They're lost to on OG, and Finem aren't done yet. They're looking to dive deep. Manor pops the Eclipse, trying to move in range. He can't quite get himself there, but Thug can. Jumps forward with the silence and Finem. Nails 5-3 on this top lane.
Huge plays for the puck there, and I really like that he gets Trez most of the games. A lot of times you'll see greedy pucks go for just bail first or blink first, but he really needed that extra bit of HP and the raindrops. That just made him incredibly tanky there. Also, nice purge from the Legion Commander. This level 4 overwhelming odds is actually destroying them in these early fights.
Oh, it really is, but No Tail as well. He's trying to play for the kill here. He needs backup Skylark. Is he going to get it? There's going to be a TP coming across, but No Tail trapping Skylark in the tree line. Skylark trying to duke it out, but Skylark's taken out. No Tail sort of trapped here though. Maybe next time the only one at the moment. He'll Fisher block him up, but there's no further backup coming in for Finem. So No Tail will get away with that kill.
Bug in the mid.
Oh, Jerax hitting arrows like this. Fly holds back Spartan, makes sure that there's no save for MNT, but MNT, he may just ignore. He's not going to get himself out. Spartan stole the Moonlight Shadow, used it himself, and Sentry's going to drop. It wasn't enough to save the Shaker, but it may just be enough to save himself. In fact, they're chasing under the tower. Telekinesis onto Jerax, bringing him in. No Tail moving forward with the Blade Fury. Matter has TP'd across. Can he get the kill? No Tail hiding in the tree line, healing ward out as well. Unlikely that Madara is going to have the damage on his own, but they are bringing in Thug as well on the puck. So Thug's going to hold back the TP. They don't feel that they could jump back into this fight. So Finem taking casualties and unable to punish OG for that play.
They really needed the Puck there, but Puck, he actually got carapaced by the Nyx Assassin in the mid lane and was at like 20% HP while that embroilment was going on in the bottom lane. And this T1 tower, another systematic approach by OG as they bring all their heroes down there.
This is scary for Madara, and he has revealed himself. They may be ready to dive. Madara needs backup. He needs the team with him. They're heading over. They've scanned in the jungle, so they know that OG's hiding there. But again, Jerax hitting these arrows. The TP comes across, but it immediately is going to be cancelled. I think they realize that Madara is pretty much good as dead. They will get the heal. No, Skylark trying to save him, but it's a good stun coming through. MNT hits the two-man Fisher, holding them back. Echo Snap and Jewel onto the Shadow Demon, bringing him down. They'll get the kill. More solid damage from Skylark. He'll survive, backing up. S4 held back by the Dream Coil of Thug. OG, they're not done yet. They're trying to find Thug. Thug falling low. Silence is still stunned up. Can't play his way out of this one. OG crushing the fight yet again, and they're not done yet. Jerax jumping forward. Arrow is still on cooldown, won't be able to punish Spartan.
Finem were just too slow at saving their Luna. Luna, she needs to stay alive, get her clips off in the fog, but OG just chased her down like hounds in that bottom tree side. And they tried the best with the pressy attack, but Luna is just struggling to get some more HP. Still no Ogre Club from that Lance, and she's going full defensive too. Treads Lance with the raindrops, but they need her alive.
I really, really do. They need to pull off these team fights. We saw, with the use of the Echo Slam and such, the ability to find at least kills in return. The Legion Commander, you know, Skylark, he's doing all right for himself. He has managed to get 30 damage up from the ultimate so far. Overall, again, OG, just or the way that they pull together as 5 and just seem to outclass their opponents. It's happening each and every time in these 3 games so far.
Yeah, they don't really know who to put on the front line to tank all these stuns in the Omni Slash. It's tough for them. Like, the LC isn't that tanky yet. He has the phase boost and is going for armlet before a mobility item, and he seems to be the front liner. I think this is a good choice over the Blink Dagger. With the way the fights are just going on constantly, he doesn't have time to farm that 2,000 gold. He just needs the constant minor improvements from the armlet components.
As we've seen as well, Anna with the build that he has done before, picking up that hood. I mean, obviously with 3 points in Dragon's Blood, the Hood of Defiance, No Tail's Healing Ward, Anna is your perfect frontliner for these sieges from OG.
Mirana is getting very close to her scepter, 2 of the 3 components with 1,400 gold in her inventory. This is a result of the safe lane for OG going so well and picking up so many kills. She only has 35 CS, but she's just picking up a ton of assist gold.
Push potentially going to be coming out on this one lane. Madara with the Eclipse back online, and Finem themselves would love to utilize this team fight. At least, at the least, try and find some of these tier 1s that are still all standing on the side of OG. Give themselves a bit more money in the bank. There's the armlet done on Skylark as well. And immediately Spartan to TP up towards the top. Still just going to try and find that XP, letting the rest of his team push in on this bottom lane. But already Jerax and No Tail ready to formulate defense if required. There's a smoke movement from OG as well around that mid lane. Anna, S4, seeing if they can set up for a kill.
Rubik
and they may
also
just find it. MNT up to the high ground. S4's got eyes on him. Initial stun, beautifully catching him out. There'll be the heal from Skylark. Good turn around with the Fisher to hold them back. They go for the jewel onto the Shadow Demon. They find themselves a kill. They've lost maybe next time, but a great dream coil for Thug. Catches one. They've got the telekinesis on Anna. Anna has been left behind. There's the 3-man movement there from OG. 2 are dead. All 3 of them are now dead. Add Finem, making sure that when OG don't all hold hands as 5 and group up together, they will still be punished.
They don't have any damage on the TK. With the Hood build, he doesn't right-click for that much, and there's no other way to augment his damage. And this is just really good play by Skylark. I think Skylark is in the right place at the right time for this pressed attack so he can get that 2-man stun, and it connects on the Shadow Demon with Eclipse follow-up. Easy kills for them, and the entire of the team rotates in for this, but those were 3 desperately needed kills.
Very, very nicely done indeed, and exactly what Ad Finem needed at this stage of the game. See a little bit of a celebration there from Spartan, maybe some relief as well here in Game 3. They've been waiting for fights like that to happen, and now here, so far 16.5 minutes, certainly seeming to be the closest game of the series so far, Ben.
Definitely so. And OG, they don't have a great Roshan lineup like they did in the other games. There's no Slaughter on their side. So if they want to take down Roshan, continue to take down objectives, they're going to have to commit a lot more time than they would normally. And they don't really want to give any more time to Advenom. The Luna has finally caught up in terms of her item build. She is number 3 and not that far behind the Juggernaut because of all of these T1s knocked down for OG. They take down all the T1s and then what? They want to group up, they want to fight, but if they go for these T2s, it's just going to give way too much space to Advenom.
Good ancient stack up though on the dire side. Advenom yet to really utilize their own. And with this smoke starting to run out here, it's unlikely that Advenom find a kill unless Jerax does reveal up on the top lane. This could be the potential target. Thug's got the blink, they do have Dream Coil. And look to try and potentially catch him out, but Jerax immediately leaping away. Skylark just revealing themselves and won't transition this into a kill, but they should be able to find this tier 1.
That's the downside of not having a Blink Dagger on LC. But he's pretty close. After farming his armlet, he's already picked up 1,000 gold since then. And with their first T1 of the game, and Finem have brought the 7,500 gold lead to just probably around 4,000, I'd say, after this.
Well, they've suddenly managed to spin around a little bit.
Normally, this is where OG would do Roche. Look at their position right now. They're around Roche, and if they do it right now, it's going to take them much longer than normal. And Advenom, yeah, they're all the way on the top side of the map, but can they actually react to this? Where is their physical damage?
That is the question. I mean, up towards the top rune, they were hanging up a double damage, but S4 actually comes in and takes it from them.
They ping it out. They know, but Roshan's only at half HP right now.
Can Advenom do this? They know that it's up, as you mentioned.
This is such a crucial fight for Advenom.
They've got the big ults. They need something huge. Roshan.
They need sentries is what they need.
Falling low, Spartan trying to move in. Jerax fending him off. There's the jump hit. Thug. That means he goes for a 3-man Dream Coil. Is there any follow though? There it is. Madara with the Eclipse coming in close, but Skylark getting Omni Slash by No-Tail, brought down low. The Blade Fury bringing him out of his stable, but certainly Skylark's out. They've lost maybe next time. Thug jumps back in, trying again, but a beautiful stun from S4 catches Advenom out immediately. And Thug, the last remaining survivor here, he's on his way out. And they may just get the kill as well. I mean, S4.
What a
beautiful play. He's had a fantastic series, and it's not stopping anytime soon.
They really like detection right there. So, like the LC wanted to go in, but he's like, I don't know if the Nyx is on top of me. I don't know if they're all Moonlight Shadow on top of me right now. And because he had to hesitate, it let OG get into that good positioning. The Eclipse was close to nailing on a couple of heroes, but Juggernaut uses Omni Slash, and the other 2 heroes ran to the edge of the Dream Coil, and just no damage from them in that fight.
Just remarkable play once again from OG. And we're going to see it in the replay. And I mean, they try their best to go in, but I think it all kind of starts to go downhill ever since Skylark couldn't get the duel off before No-Tail got the Omni Slash onto him.
Thug tried his best, but they all felt very pressured. They didn't actually have vision of Roche, so they didn't know how low it was. And it wasn't that low, so they didn't have to rush it, although they felt like they needed to, just because of the lack of HP bars.
Big items now for the side of OG. Aghanims is complete for Jerax. Armlet done for Ana. Already, as we've seen, this Dragonite so hard for the side of Advenom to burst down in these fights. It's going to be even more difficult now.
This game, they can stall a little bit longer, though. And they didn't have enough physical damage for Roche, and because of that, they also won't have enough damage to force down these 2 T2s and T3s as quickly as they were earlier in this series. And because of that, that'll open more time for the LC and perhaps the Puck to get involved in more ganks in the side lanes. And they also need that big Echo Slam from the Earthshaker, but he's a long way away from a mobility item.
It's going to be very hard for MNT to get into position. OG, on the other hand, with the smoke and a movement straight up towards this top lane. Looks like it was red hit by Advenom, was already TPing back to base, back out of this top lane.
And this is where I think like Advenom's draft was better than the prior games. Like they're actually forcing OG to smoke. Normally they would just run down your T2 and then Advenom have to come back and fight. But this game OG are like, we don't push that fast, so we're gonna try and get kills and stop them from farming up the map. So Advenom, they're down what, 9,000 goldish, but not so bad. They can easily farm at the sidelines. They actually already have 1 tower. Maybe they can get a second one. And they see No-Tail TP back, so this is actually pretty good for them. That's a lot of time wasted for the Aegis, and there's a brief moment where 3 of them are split up in the mid lane. They do have vision of them, and they will catch light of the Moonlight Shadow. Can they set up a trap for him as he runs into this area? Maybe next time drops a sentry.
I see the route that S4 is going to take. Madara could be in potential danger. The rest of OG are coming across. They want to make something happen here. Jump forward from S4. The arrow to follow through. And again, it's beautifully on shot. Jerax he's not missing them this game, I'll tell you what. It's been beautiful usage of the Mirana. He has been having a fantastic time.
So has S4. S4 has really played well this game. They expected the game to go south into the Radiant jungle, but he caught a glimpse of the Luna farming that camp and just went for the blink stun. No hesitation on there. A lot of the other Nexus, you'll see, okay, I really want to get this Vendetta damage, but if he just lands a stun, easy arrow follow-up, Luna, no way out of it. And with Legion Commander nowhere close, there's no chance of her survival. But because of that, Skylark does have his blink dagger. They can look for a pick.
They need to find it as well. Down in the jungle flight. No tell. Actually have eyes on going aggressive, potentially themselves. They look towards Skylark and maybe next time. Already the wraparound from behind. S4 under the cover of Vendetta. But again, Finem just playing it safe, hugging the south side of the map. Making sure that they don't come out, get caught out by this huge potential of jump that OG has on their cores. Skylark coming forward on the mid lane, has to be incredibly careful. S4 in the sidelines, jumping forward, trying to outplay the poke their potential with a spike carapace onto the orb. Han's actually going to get to the telekinesis. Actually going to drag him back underneath the tower, no tell. But with that Aegis and such, not really the target that they can afford to throw a lot down upon. And it looks like Finem may just have to let this tier 2 go.
Yeah, that might not have been that bad of a time for them to go for the duel because they used a disruption during the fissure. So there's no way to stop him from dueling at that point. But he did have the Aegis, so probably would have been too risky.
S4 jumping in, catching out Spartan. Skylark will be there with the heal and the perch to get him out. Move forward here, and they get the duel. And it's stuck underneath the tower. That's the DK down. 54 seconds. Finem, can they get anything more? Thug moves forward, gets the Dream Pro. In comes the orb. They're going to take the Aegis out of the hands of the Skylark. Jumps in, and we'll do with the Echo Slam. They found 4. Omnislash comes out from no-tail. He'll take down maybe next time in return. Can they catch out the Jug? Thug's hunting for him. Jukes out the arrow. He's going to continue to try and chase Jerax. And no-tail on the retreat. It looks like no-tail will find a haste rune and get out of there. But Finem, with that fight that they needed, they force OG back.
Skylark again with the big Presty attack, saving that Rubik and drawing the Dragon Knight so close to their T3 tower. And he died pretty fast as 5 heroes were right-clicking him down. And S4's been going for the similar play a lot of the games with. Oh
my goodness! Skylark! He jumps in! They've only found one! They're gonna find a second spot with the stolen arrow!
Duel is up again!
Oh my goodness!
That was so fast. It must have just cooled down there. No-tail did not expect that. That's the only way they can stop him through BKB or
not
spin.
at all. I mean, pretty much over those last 2 fights, that was almost a 5k gold swing overall for Finem. No-tail still at the top of the net worth board, but Finem with 3 cores close behind. Blade Mail nearly complete for Skylark. A lot of positives on the horizon for this side. Can they keep that momentum happening though? That is the question.
And Rubik is very close to his Blink Dagger, so they don't have to initiate with a Legion Commander anymore. And maybe they can like split the initiation, like one person lifts the Rubik into your team to get silenced, and then one of the other people, or LC I suppose, like duels the Shadow Demon. They need to control as many heroes as possible, and with a secondary Blink on the Rubik, actually that's the third Blink coming up, they can control many heroes at once if their team fight execution is going to be perfect. And S4, it's been hard for him to get the jumps.
Ben, look how much money. He's doing it as well, Thug. He's just picked up 3 components of the Aghanims. He's only a few hundred gold away from having the Aghanim Scepter done.
It's
on
so
the
good
pub.
versus the Jug.
It's so good. These team fights are only going to get stronger and stronger for the side of Finem.
They see Anna. Skylark, is he going to go in with a Blade Mail?
He's tempted.
He popped his Blade Mail a little bit early, but his smoke did not pop. They still... Oh, the arrow's going to catch
my goodness, Spawn with these stolen arrows! Absolutely beautiful! Oh!
The damage is starting to add up. Skylark hitting for plus 82. He is no joke. And I think that Mirana is going to have to start transitioning into a heavy damaging core because she's kind of the only one that can damage him. She has so much armor, plus 11 with his Armlet Blade Mail build. And Juggernaut Manta style, not really the best versus Legion Commander, overwhelming odds. Gets rid of the illusions, moment of courage, more procs from that. and DK is in a very like utility-oriented build with the blink of the armlet and the hood. So
Ooh, they will lose the courier, and that did have the Aghanims on, I believe. So S4 there with a very heavy courier snipe. That's a big one there. And we have it, that Ag sitting on the sideline for 3 minutes.
And here they go. They smoke right now, knowing that there were probably a lot of items on that courier. And there's no heroes pushing out the lanes, though. There are 2 lanes that are close to the T2 tower. Jerax gets pinged out as the Star storms that mid wave, and there is a DD on top. Skylark expecting a gank towards this top lane. Is he going to be able to save Thug?
This could be
Or
painful.
Spartan.
Jump in, Spartan. Caught out by S4, almost certainly dead as in comes No Tail. Chops him to pieces.
That's much better than your Earthshaker dying, and they will go for this T2 again as they follow that wave in.
Another huge push in from OG. S4 scanning out the sidelines at the top left. As he will find Thug.
They saw that really deep observer ward, the one that's right
Wants to
outside
go
the
for
T2. When
this.
did they
I
get
mean,
that?
S4 just jumps in, the phase shift comes in time, and again, it's all thanks to Skylar purging off these stuns, but he can't. Oh, Thug nearly survives, but it's not. He's not going to. No Tail with these Omni Slashes. Chopping down heroes left, right, and center. 8-3 and 11 this game. And now 50 seconds without the puck.
And they can stall it with a Earthshaker. Juggernaut.
He's trying to use the Echo Stamp to set up onto No Tail. Skylight jumping in with the Blade Fury and the Jewel, catching him out, but the stun for S4 holding him back here. S4 fully low, but Skylight falling lower. They've lost the Legion Commander. Madara coming in, trying to force back this high ground advance from OG. Arrow timing, is it going to be there? Gets the chance to be giving the Fisher. They're taking down Jerax. Aga trapped on the high ground. They'll take the DK as well. Madara defeats the illusions there, the ultimate.
What a BKB from him. I thought he was going to get caught by the arrow.
I mean, it was literally right under him, Ben.
Yeah, Nick's assassin, he came out really big on the stuns. He stunned the Luna when he was right about to Eclipse during that duel. That would have been easy plus damage.
Again, though, this game 3, Ad Finem in situations where they're 1 hero, they're 2 heroes down, they're holding the defenses. And MNT, just that setup, baiting No Tail forward. Now, S4 tries his best, gets a good 2-man stun, but it's just the follow-up play here that just allows this all to go from good to great for Ad Finem.
Cannot believe he got this BKB off. That was... And look at that 3-man Fissure too, just locking these.
I mean, it's the Earthshaker. It's a
the
hero that a lot of pros, they do not rate highly, but maybe next time it's showing us that in these certain situations, it's crucial to have that Fissure, to have that block off to get these kills.
Murana picking up the Gem of True Sight. Has Puck received his Ags yet? I think the Courier just respawned, but at Finem, they probably know OG's systematic plan. They tried a T3, that didn't work. They're probably going to try for Roche next, and then go for another push while the DK is still very, very strong. However, at Finem already sweeping around the pit, and this time they are prepared with the sentries. That was their demise in fight number 1.
All eyes on Roshan at the moment. Both teams in the neighborhood. Legion's just being sent forward here by OG. Everyone's aware that it's there.
Arrows coming out. Ooh, narrowly misses. And now neither team really has vision around the pip. Ad Finem a little bit on the south side, but that's not really where OG are. And Ad Finem can actually kind of take Roche themselves too. OG don't have the best tools to fight inside the Roche pit. They can get a decent amount of vision with the Shadow Demon, but Luna with Eclipse should reign supreme.
And here we have Ad Finem just toying with the idea of pushing in on bottom lane. Everyone bar S4 here in the neighborhood for OG. And Ad Finem also Madara on that top lane, making the most of having that free chance to continue the farm. They're going to move forward at OG with the Moonlight Shadow. Backing up immediately though, Ad Finem. MNT's out, the rest of the team as well. They'll avoid OG trying to find that fight.
And the Gem, they will get none of those zero rewards yet. Jerax, will he be able to scout out this vision? And if not, I mean, I think they've already scouted out the observer wards. They know exactly where Jerax is.
Again, jump forward from Thug. Actually going to drop the Dream Coil out here onto Jerax, but they are going to have to follow up. That's Dream Coil on cooldown. Anna's moving into the pit. I have Finem still. I'm not going to give up this fight around this area. Pressuring mid lane again. S4 looks for the jump in onto Skylark.
Ooh, that was so close. He almost got him to use overwhelming odds right on top of him. It looks like such a juicy creep wave.
Madara's got that Manta done as well now, so more for the fight, and we may see some impressive Manta-style juking on certain stuns being thrown in.
The OG are really close to hitting another power spike with level 16 on a couple of heroes. I think the level 16 on the Dragon Knight is going to be really big for them with a Frost slow on a big hero like the Luna. And on top of that, the Earthshaker is very close to Blink Dagger, just 400 gold away.
Yeah, this will be a huge item for maybe next time. If they can get those Dream Coils next time, there will be the follow-through stun and control from MNT, allowing Madara to move in and lay down the damage, and here we have it. Add Finem with the smoke play. They are going to go for the rotation around the outskirts of the pit before entering, potentially trying to find OG. OG themselves.
How deep are they going to go, though? They're going to sweep around to the secret shop and then not see anyone. Are they going to perch up there? Are they going to try and do road for themselves? They don't have a gem, and if they stay around there, I think OG is going to have a big advantage because they have that Observer Ward and Sentry planted to the northwest of the Roshan pit.
Let's see, so the question if OG walk up into this one. Add Finem on the high ground. There's going to be a jump forward, but it's on to an no the back foot. They've managed to get the jewel up onto one of the targets. Dream Coil laid down. Huge amounts of burst. They're falling down low to the Eclipse. They've lost S4. They've lost Anna. They do the Scarlet return. MNT keeping himself alive with the Echo Snap. And the stolen on the side. Spartan! Spartan! Oh my goodness, they're foul for. No-Tail will survive, but Spartan with the stolen on the. He's not done. He jumps forward. Telekinesis it into the Fade Bomb, bringing No-Tail down low. They'll find No-Tail as well. Madara is a little deep though. He's eyeing up chance. Can he actually find this kill? Oh my goodness, one more touch could have done it for Madara. The tower will finish him off. So Adfinem may be going a little too aggressive there, but some incredible team plays. The Dream Coil into the slam, a beautiful dual initiation, and then to finish it off, that stolen Omni. Look at the damage done.
Yeah, Rubik did so much there. That was such a clutch initiation, though. The Juggernaut illusion was out in front, and they almost jumped on it, but look at the target selection by the LC to go on that backline on the super tanky DK. They had to throw everything onto him. And Jerax just did so much damage that fight, assaulting the back.
Just look at Spartan on the right. Like, look how low he is when he steals the Omni Slash and he gets it off. I mean, that kind of sends chills into you, but that was absolutely incredible. And then they just don't stop. I mean, it just kind of end up biting them in the foot as they lose the Luna on the high ground. But yeah, hey, look at that. Hey! We went a little bit too deep, lads.
But they did get the gem, though, so it looked pretty bad for Adfinem because they lost 3 heroes as they went up the hill, but Thug will retain the gem on the side of Adfinem. And OG, they are heading slowly inside Roche. S4 tries to go for the stun onto Puck.
So they can contest this again. We could see another big skirmish indeed. Kick off. S4 with the axe ready. Outside the pit, this is going to be a bit of a nuisance for Adfinem to deal with.
Man, he is so farmed. I don't know how they got that axe already.
Let's see what they can do about this Dream Coil.
Oh, there is the blink on the Earthshaker now too. And there are no BKBs on Dire side.
10 seconds till Echo Slam, 10 seconds till Echo Slam.
Their damage is so low. Ana, he's tanky, but right-clicking Roche is
it's taking a long time here for OG.
And the healing ward is almost down.
They've got Eclipse back. They have all ultimates online, Adfinem.
And they can just keep throwing in orbs. Ana's still trying to do it, but it's still at half HP. The waiting game continues.
See where the jump is. There we have it. Potentially Spartan comes forward. Telekinesis immediately follow through. Beautiful Fissure onto 2. They go for the duel onto Ana. BKB pop by Madara into the Eclipse. Ana, he's bursting down. He's out. The DK's down. No-Tail comes forward with the Blade Fury. Trying to force him back, but he's been caught in the Dream Coil as well. Fight comes forward with the disruption. MNT jumps forward up the high ground with a 3-man Echo Sound. The Fissure as well. They found 2. They're going to find 3. No-Tail dropped as well. Skylark with the triple kill. And they may not be done yet. S4 tries to burrow up, but they surround him. They silence him just in time before he can dig his own grave. And 4 down on OG. And Finem opening up the game, opening up the Roshan pit. And it now sits 30-30, 36 minutes into this game 3.
Jerax can still make big plays. All these heroes are very low on HP.
You've got to watch Jerax.
Oh, he's
back in. He doesn't want to try for the risky play.
He doesn't have buyback. He's the only one that bought back for the last engagement. And that's such a big fight for Lark to take. I really like the initiation from Spartan. He's not scared. He goes in. He's like the weakest hero on the Radiant side, Absolutely. But he goes in and sets it up for his entire team.
We've seen some incredible gameplay here from both sides. Aghanim's being worked on by Spartan. And let's just watch this fight again, Ben. I mean, it's just perfectly executed, really, from Finem.
And the BKB Eclipse is so devastating inside the Roshan. S4 is in a really good position, too. He's like in that area where you have to stand right on top of him in order to damage him. But here's the big Echo Slam onto No Tail.
And again, it was just these huge team fight ultimates, not only the Echo Slam, but the Dream Coil as well. You saw it getting laid down onto No Tail. You then went for the Omni, but of course, when you're Omniing, if you're still in range, the Dream Coil, it doesn't break, so he comes out of it, and just that long duration meant that he was absolutely stuck in the midst of it all.
And now the net worth lead is just at 0, and has finally become an even game in terms of net worth. And
Skylark.
Yeah, Skylark's been playing
he's getting
very well.
an applause, and absolutely understandable. Look at that swing. They're seeing it on the board at the moment.
Now they need the Mirana to be an assassin too, along with the Nyx. They need to just be able to blow people up with the F-Blade and the double Starfall and the Nyx assassin. The Nyx assassin is still very, very strong. Pushing up high ground is just too premature.
Skylark jumps forward. He has the duel. He needs some backup damage. S4's going to come forward with the spike carriers, trying to save Ana. Ana, he's getting caught out though. Telekinesis is there. They may not get the damage bonus, but they will get the kill. And Ana out for a full minute.
And their builds are just so tanky. Like the DK's items, he went very strength heavy, magic resist. And look at the Juggernaut's items too. He went for a Scotty after the Manta style. That's a very unusual build. Usually you'll see Scotty like 4th or 5th item, but he respects the duel. He knows that my spin isn't going to save me in this game. I have to be able to tank up, and of course they're all relying on the healing ward. So more HP, more healing ward, HP, but they can't kill people.
Ooh, and this push could be painful here for OG. S4 already setting up.
They CS4 though, they ping him out. But he's very far back. They'd have to like force-stab him in to really do damage.
Arrow to connect onto Spartan, but no attention emoji to move forward. Tower falling very quickly to this push here. They'll take the tier 3 and Finem look to reset themselves.
Look at Juggernaut on the bottom lane. He was looking for an easy Omni Slash, but no Blink Dagger, and maybe next time should be safe from this attempt.
Completed Shiva's guard on Thug as well. Do you like this pickup against kind of OG's lineup?
I think it's pretty good for the vision. I think the vision is incredibly important. They have the Lunar Blessing, the Puck Orb, and the Puck Shiva's Guard now, just so they can get the huge jumps on the by the Earthshaker. They don't have the greatest of items on the Shadow Demon, and he's the one that they need to pick off so they can make a dual hit.
And things are going to start to get fun. You know, Spartan with the Aghanims complete.
Yeah, it's time for him to make some plays, and Jerax, his job is to kill the Rubik if he can. But he has level 4 no field. That is incredibly strong versus the Mirana and the Nyx.
Skylark, look at these initiations. He jumps in. Will get caught out by the stun falling low, but Mana is there with the backup. The BKB and the Eclipse forcing OG back. No Tail jumps in with the Omni Slash. Mana is trying to retreat, taking huge amounts of damage. Spartan there with a stolen disruption, buying Mana some time. S4's there with a follow-up stun. And again, S4 burrowing up. No one to die as of yet. Spartan off the sideline. They come back in. There's the Echo Slash from MNT though. Catches the 2 backliners. Then finish on the second. Fisher from Baby next time. The stun onto Ana. He's taken as well.
Wow, it was looking so bad at the start of the fight with the Aegis blown, but the support this game from Finem. Maybe next time in Spartan.
This Earthshaker play has to be the best we've seen in quite some time.
Yep, and he stole an arrow to stun the DK at the end too. It's not stopping it with the echoes. And Spartan still has arrow. That's very scary when you're fighting 2v4.
And you're 3 heroes off the map. No Tail has the buyback, but neither S4 or Ana can think about joining the fight again. Butterfly's complete on Madara. The first reacts here, going down on the top lane. Fly attempts to jump forward, but they just jump straight back on him. And maybe next time.
And that's a buyback on the Juggernaut.
Oh, this could not be any better for Finem now at this stage of the game.
It's just the Shadow Demon alone with the Ranger Axe. It's just gonna bounce, the glaive bounce on him maybe 3-4 times, and he just melted. And Madara has a Butterfly now. Shadow Demon, it's tough for him because he wants to defensively disrupt the person that gets dueled or offensively disrupt the LC, but he also wants to make illusions of the Luna. That's your main damage source. So what do you want to do? Do you want to save someone for a duel, or do you want to do a lot of damage with the Luna illusions? It's a tough call for him.
You know, after the way the last few fights have gone, what do you feel the plan is for OG? So they themselves had to kind of come out of 5 and try and go for these plays that Finem doing. Oh, yeah, you've got to be careful, S4.
It's the Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin and Mirana, I would say, they have to be able to get to the backline because they're the heroes with the highest mobility. Like DK, he can get to the backline, but he can't do any damage. Juggernaut doesn't have a blink dagger, so it's really only the Mirana and the Nyx. They have to be able to find this Earthshaker. Earthshaker, he's just sitting there patiently, just waiting for that perfect moment. And in the craziness of the fights that ensue, he is always going to find it just because it's just a momentary lapse in positioning for OG will lead to that 2, even 3-man Echo Slam.
And here we have it again at Finem, ready to fight. Both teams, all the ultimates available. OG hanging back behind this tier 2, closer to their tier 3. They may just let this one go. Maybe next time in the sidelines. Blink and the Echo Slam at the ready. And OG, they're aware of this. They're going to scan towards the... They're actually going to look to try and make some sort of a wraparound onto this push from Finem. The Moonlight Shadow, can they get the jump that they want? No Tail to lead the way.
Thug is in a position to break the smoke. They do place a reservoir over there, but they see it, and all of Finem backed off, knowing exactly
they want to fight,
where
Ben.
OG are.
They want to go in by the looks of it. Jump forward from Mana, Dragon telling one, but immediately Telekinesis held back up. The arrow coming through, but it doesn't connect. Mana gets a chance to BKB, turn around with the Eclipse from MMT, trying to move in the center of all, looking for an Echo Slam. It's not perfect. They've lost 2 here at Finem. Dragon Tail to Thug. This time it's OG coming up on top. They've got the stone control. Thug getting taken down as well. And it looks like they're not going to just find 3. They're going to get 4. Spartan. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. JK, Spartan's out of there. But nonetheless, OG with the favorable fight, a very good wraparound at Finem with that taste for blood. They wanted to fight, but it ended up getting the better of them, Ben.
But Fly knows how to win the fights. This fight, he blinked onto the Luna, he disrupted him, and he got the Soul Catcher on him. That's 50% extra damage that he's taking during the Omni Slash.
Onto Spartan. This should be fine. Ooh. Soaks in the arrow there with the Blade Fury. And they need to buy time here, these two.
Oh, he has Dragon Tail. That's, I think, much better than Breathe Fire in this scenario. But no buybacks on the side of Finem and Roshan. Gonna be turned towards very, very soon.
And so OG running a good fight, getting a good about 4k swing off the back of it, but unable to pressure the base too much from Finem. They don't find racks. They do get the tier 3. Nothing more. E-Blade now done for Jarax as well.
Yeah, so now they have multiple tools. The Nyx and the Mirana can go on the backline, the Shadow Demon can take care of the Luna. And I think now it's up to the Puck. Puck needs to be able to stop all this crazy things that will go down on the side of OG because there are still no BKBs. So like this Dream Coil, the Shivas, the Silence, that are all supposed to be able to control OG to the point where the Luna can actually do damage, and a big Echo Slam from Earthshaker. But at the same time, they're all very tanky on the side of OG. Dragon Knight, with his heart complete, is not easy to take down. And the longer he stays in the fight, the worse it is. Breathe Fires come out, and of course multiple Dragon Tails.
It does look to be the longer respawn time on Roshan. But still, both teams, by the looks of it, wanting to take a fight beforehand. Finem showing Madara on this bottom lane, and OG are starting to make movements towards him. Finem a little bit more respectful of the fight potential of OG after what happened last time around this position.
Yeah, they know that Luna's actually vulnerable. It seems like she's super farm, and she is. She is 21,000 net worth, like well above anyone else in this game, but Soul Catcher just leaves her so vulnerable, and they have a lot of chain stun in between the Nyx Assassin with the Ags and the Mirana and the Dragon Knight. Like you're not confident in your ability to pop BKB off before you die, and she doesn't have a Satanic to heal up if she gets low from that. Nor do they have defensive disruption on their side. If Rubik had defensive disruption, sure, the fight would go a lot better for him, but he's not been able to steal it.
1 minute until Roche. And I think until that time we can expect to see this sort of play just continue, where both sides are just very set in controlling this half of the map and making sure that neither team gets the edge up and manages to claim that Aegis.
There's a DD on the top side. That's a pretty big deal. I don't know if either team's going to be able to scout that out, but double damage this late into the game with these hard hitters is going to be devastating if it actually plays into the Roshan pit.
I mean, the next big item pickups, is there anything that you feel could really turn the tide for either side? I mean, it looks like Skylark going towards the Assault Cuirass, Thug starting to save up the money, I imagine potential Hex or whatnot for the Puck this game.
I don't think it's more so on the Puck. I think it's more on the Luna. If the Luna can get Satanic, I think that will be in a much better spot. But if she doesn't, she can just die like she did in that last fight. Maybe BKB too for the Legion Commander. I think that's very useful versus all this stun lock, so you can go on the Nyx and not get stunned. So Roshan, it's almost maximum respawn, and it's been about 11 minutes since the last spawn. So both teams know it's about time to fight, time to get out your smoke, time to get your entire mana and prepare for the ensuing showdown.
Yeah, and this is good news for Finem. They do have the Assault Cuirass completed now on the Skylark for this next team fight.
And Ana's gonna peek inside the Roshan pit. It looked like he was about to start himself, but he blinked up. And both teams have okay vision, but only on their side of the river. So if they want to approach the other side, they have to deward first, or they have to smoke and add Finem, pop the first one. So how are they going to approach this? They want to go on the backline. Killing the Shadow Demon, I think, is the most important thing in this. If they can get the Juggernaut, maybe, but the Shadow Demon is like a guaranteed kill if they can go on him. Smoke pops.
Don't see No-Tail go for the rune. And they're trying to lead in. Skylark jumps forward, gets off the jewel. No-Tail needs backup, he needs it fast. MNT coming in for the backlines for the Fisher to try and block off any sort of help out. There'll be a disruption for a fly. Behind No-Tail sometime. S4 falling onto the Eclipse. No-Tail gets the Omni Slash out of this one, and he's trying to get himself away with the Blade Fury. They've lost MNT Spartan. Jumping forward with the stolen Blade Fury, trying to finish off S4, but S4 survives here. OG are getting themselves out of this. Ana as well, by the looks of it, able to walk it off. They'll be able to jump back in. It looks like they want to go back in for this OG. They want to try and fight Fly, will lose his life. They turn towards the Luna, surrounded here by OG. Madara needs help, but he needs it fast. He's been stunned up, controlled by S4. OG, find 3. They're going to find 4 this time for sure. Spartan, no way that he can play his way out of this one. Jerax finds a triple kill.
Oh my goodness, the Juggernaut did not die during that entire engagement. He was so close to dropping, but Shadow Demon again with his defensive saves, and they have to reconsider whether or not the Juggernaut is the right hero for them to go on. Maybe they didn't see the butterfly that was picked up before that fight, but Luna, she committed all her gold to the Satanic, and she does not have enough gold for buyback. She will have to be Puck first.
This could be scary for Finem. 10 seconds till Shaker's back up. And maybe next time does have the Echo Slam available. Buyback can be used by Spartan as well, but they will be fighting without the Luna. They'll have to do this defense 4 versus 5. I'm technically 4 versus 4 at the moment. Fly's still going to make his way over. Already the movement. Skylark is going to put the lead and draw. They get a good lift, bringing him on to the opposite side of the Fisher. No-Tail, he's in trouble. Echo Slam goes through, but No-Tail has commands to Blade Fury and goes for the tree. It's a 4-man Dream Coil though. Drop down, they need follow. Skylark coming over the right, clicks No-Tail. He's taken down. They'll get 1. Jack jumps in with the start kill. Skylark starts to 4. They've lost Thug on the Puck. He's out for 90 seconds. And OG may have lost No-Tail, but they'll move in. An attempt to finish off the mid-rack, they get the range rack. They're actually not going to stick around for the melee rack, so that fortification enough to hold OG back.
Wow, that Dream Coil from Puck just saved that entire fight. Jug thought he was safe. He tried to spin out while under effects of Dream Coil and got that Ags break onto him, and he just got right-clicked down by the LLC. Nice heads-up play by Skylark, running in and finishing off the Juggernaut while he still had Omni Slash up. If he survived that and then got his Omni Slash up, I think that would have been very close to a good game or 2 sets of racks.
Still, even with that, OG, they have S4 around the pit, but they themselves not going for it.
No gem on the side of Finem. Makes things a lot tougher when trying to kill a Nyx assassin.
And Skylark just seeing if he catches anyone going out to farm. He may actually spot Jerax out if he moves forward, but Jerax playing it safe, actually using the arrow to make sure that no one's watching from the sidelines like a potential Legion commander. 20 seconds until Thug's back, and he looks like he will be back in time, so will No-Tail, before either side has had the chance to look back in at Roshan, as that still stands. Neither team yet to head in and try and claim that Aegis once more.
And I know that Madara was saying, get this damn Shadow Demon off of me, and the Fly's just sacrificing his life every time to make sure that the Luna's life is just absolutely miserable. And like the disruption just sets up the chain stun lock after her BKB, so like they need to be able to kill the Shadow Demon during the BKB. It's only a 5-second BKB on the Luna at this point. And I think Shadow Demon is going to do like a lot more damage to the Luna than vice versa if he's left alive.
And Finem looking to gain more control around the pit. Things out. Both teams aware of their presence.
Spartan just casually right-clicking Roche. So vision advantage, I think, goes to Ad Finem right now. Did they manage to pick up a gem? No, so they're gonna have to rely on Sentry Wards, which they are currently out of.
There's a DD rune as well, so
That's definitely for Madara.
yeah. I mean, they keep stunning the Roche outside of the pit, so there's no way that Ad Finem can even start to hit him.
But they want to fight with this double damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. If they can get a wrap around, the line's already been drawn here. Ad Finem wanting to meet them head on. There'll be a smoke up.
This is the
Moonlight from OG. OG looking for the jump in.
Yeah, S4. How many heroes can he stun? And are they going to be able to burst people down with the Soul Catcher? Madara is actually inside of Roche right now.
They've gone back in the pit with this DD. They're trying to do it. The arrow will fly forward, and here comes the movement. Anna jumps forward. Madara with the BKB. The Eclipse Sight on the back. Thug comes forward, looking to control S4 in the midst of the pit. He yields his up with the Omni Slash from Notal. Chomps down Spartan. They've already lost one. S4 powering up. They're looking to control this Luna. Madara dropping low. The Dream Coil will be there, but they've already lost two on the side of Ad Finem. Maybe next time has to blink away. They've got to get themselves the hell out of here. Thug, Skylark, and maybe next time just on the retreat now. Fly's searching, but he won't quite find the puck. So Ad Finem lose the team fight. They lose two. And OG themselves will head into the pit and look to finish it off themselves.
You asked earlier if I thought any items would change it. I think also a Lotus Orb onto the Luna would just make a big difference. Reflecting the Omni Slash would be huge. I don't think Reflecting Disruption is that big a deal, but reflecting the EB, I think, is also pretty big, and the Dragon Tail, because the Dragon Knight doesn't have BKB, so he's going to stun himself if they all in on the Luna, and most of these fights, they've just been going so hard on the Luna, and it looks like they'll have maybe like 20 seconds on the high ground while the Luna is dead, and creeps are inside their base. Not long enough to end the game, so Ad Finem, they need to win a couple more fights, and they will have a couple more chances.
They certainly will, but as we can see, it's getting harder and harder for them to hold back at what OG throw at them each and every time. And Zana moving in, and they will look to claim this mid melee racks, but Ad Finem will do their best to hold back this push. And leading the way, they have got the Echo Slam. Thug jumping forward, immediate control there as they lift up Anna.
Oh, they fought back on the Luna with 20 seconds left. This could be it for them. OG are just going to back off. Now it's a 7-minute window.
It's definitely a success story there for OG.
Yeah,
As you said, getting that buyback out of Matter.
I think just losing a Rax is okay. Maybe they would have lost a T3 in addition to the bottom, but I think that's far more valuable. Luna's buyback is far more valuable than those structures. So now, like, they have to consider how they're going to protect the Luna in the upcoming fight. Like, you have to have like a perfect Echo Slam or a multi-man Dream Coil, but at the same time, OG are very tanky at this point too. So, like, these magic spells, they're going to need additional damage, including the control, to finish off these heroes.
And we've seen each and every fight, just S4 powering up, and as soon as they go on him, he just uses himself, comes back down, and just continues to be incredibly annoying, as we've already mentioned, with these diminishing BKBs on Ad Finem.
Yeah, his stun duration time during this game has to be absurdly high. And the LC can't actually finish people off during the duels very often because he's just constantly stunlocked by the next. I'm very surprised that he hasn't gone for a BKB this game.
Ad Finem looks like they're trying to pressure OG back themselves, and there's only a TP on the Nyx Assassin. None of the rest have TPs, Ben. No, I don't think any of them have got TPs, Ben. They haven't got TPs, Ben.
They don't have any TPs.
They haven't got any TPs.
And even Madara has a TP, and this melee rack is gonna die.
It's gone. They're having to walk all the way back. OG, they don't have any TPs now. They're finally turning back up. But there's already someone in their base, and it's Ad Finem. They're claiming it. Only that comes through Skylark. He's kept alive for the time being. No tell is to be turned upon. Matter just goes to the BKB, the TP out, and Ad Finem, they're going to get away with this 1-for-3 by the looks of it. Spartan Blade through his TPs away. The rest are out of there. And they didn't have any TPs, Ben.
Didn't have any TPs. You're exactly right. Ad Finem are really good at this type of late game play, though, of just sneaking in through an unexpected avenue. OG were very comfortable with the lead that they had. Like, okay, just kill Luna one more time, and then we'll have this game in the bag. But Ad Finem strike on their own.
I think 3 bots were picked up then, Ben.
They've learned their lesson.
Yep.
So now the Rax count is in Finem's favor as they clear out one melee Rax to one range to OG's one range. On top of that, they just stall so much time during the ages of the Juggernaut buy more time for Luna's buyback. Luna's buyback is up in 4 minutes time. That's still quite a long period of time.
It's not as bad as 6 minutes though.
It's not as bad. They probably need more force staffs, I would say, too. So because like they can just sit inside their base and OG fight up, they're going to have to fight. But if they can just force staff her closer to the fountain, I think they'll be okay. But I don't know if OG are going to go for that next push while her buyback is down.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Finem, they've got to feel good about that. Still showing that they can outwit OG in some of these maneuvers. OG ready to strike back hard. Moonlight shadowing up. The line drawn here from Thug around at Ancients. I think they're aware that OG is certainly looking for some sort of play.
Yeah, they don't have anyone to pop the smoke if they walk up their T3 though. No one's standing on the edge of the cliff. I think they're waiting for them to... They're all like standing around the T4s. They know that they just should not fight right now while Luna is at risk of dying. 3 minutes left and counting on her buyback.
Jarrett will reveal himself there to get the D-Ward on the cliff, but again...
They're going for the same play again.
They are going for the same movement. And this time, obviously, OG with the counter. 3 bots and a TP.
Oh, they're already walking up there. This is not the fight that Finem probably wants to take, but Creep should scout him out as the smoke is down. However, S4 is out in front. I see a gem on Thug. Will they be able to get the jump on them? And No Tail isn't there, and he just uses BOTs, so he might be lagging behind the fight.
Oh, they're actually going to have this sentry up on the high ground. They spawn out S4 using himself, dodging the Fissure, but in they come with the duel as well. But backup's there, Jerax in with the E-Blade. They're trying to turn this one around OG, but Madara, he's bursting them down there with the BKB in the cliffs, forcing OG back. S4's dropped, they turn towards Dana, Finem, they're going to be able to find the DK's one position, and it turns around with the Dragon Tail back, and maybe next time there with the Fissure. They found a second, and they're not done yet. Can they get No Tail as well? Skylark jumping forward, maybe next time moving into position here with the Glimmer Cave set up onto Fly. S4 just back in, but then they catch it with the enchant totem. The stolen anomaly stand. This is Spartan! They found it! He's dead! But at the same time, they've now lost the Earthshaker. Can they turn it back around? OG coming into the game, and they've done it. They found themselves not only the Earthshaker, but also Skylark Spartan. Potentially in trouble. He has to blink off in a second. Jumps up to the north, jukes it out, TP's away. Spartan survives.
And
but
now,
2 buybacks coming out there, Ben, and a dieback from S4.
Those are huge buybacks. These range creeps might kill that range Rex. Oh my goodness, that range Rex is desperately low, 178 HP. And these 2 smokes at the top lane have salvaged their late game. And they lose 2 heroes that, you know, it's not that big a deal. Elsie, even if no buyback, isn't the worst thing in the world. And Earthshaker, he's not that low.
Look at this again, just maybe next time. When he moves into position, look, bam, as soon as S4 comes in, he gets caught out by the Aftershock stun. And then Spartan with that stolen Omni, ripping S4 down low. S4 does survive for the time being, but as soon as he's back down, Skylark's in there, and Madara with that physical damage, breaking him down. Anna will come in and manage to clean up some off the back of it, but it does cost OG those buybacks.
Jerax is doing his best to win this game too. He had the defensive E-Blade onto the Nyx Assassin, and S4 probably disappointed himself how he walked into 5 heroes when they had the gem. And now Puck on D-warding duty as they clear out the smoke.
It's not going to be a Rapier, I don't think, Ben, is it? It's going to be the MKB for sure.
I'm pretty sure it's MKB.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see the Rapier, but...
Yeah, the Juggernaut has been causing a lot of problems with the Butterfly. On top of clearing her own illusions, that'd be pretty useful for her. But she's still a bit of ways, 1361 surplus, so needs to farm for a couple of minutes before she has enough for that and buyback. This is not the time to buy Rapiers, I don't think. They're not in that dire of a situation.
Over 60 minutes in now, 44 to 43.
So I think a pickoff on S4 early on in the fight could probably mean a win for Finem. He is that important to them in these fights, with a 5-second BKB on Luna and no BKBs on anyone else. Like, he can just control the puck from 100 to 0.
In the jungle, Spartan, he's been caught out here. They found him, but immediately in return, a Fissure Drop down. He still has that stolen Omni Slash available here, Spartan, but he's being chased down by S4. He will have the blink up in a second. Can he blink in time? No, the stun comes in. S4 and Anna catch him out, and Spartan's down, out for the count. No buyback. He's short on the gold for it.
Man, Dragon Knight, Poison Breath, pretty good. That prevented his blink for so long. You're like, well, how long does this thing last? And the Roshan on a checks. Nope, not for you. 90 more seconds. You'll have to wait, and by that time, Spartan will be up.
Yeah, if anything, definitely good news for Ad Finem, the longer respawn time on Roshan.
And what an even game. 44-44. Net worth is almost at 0 yet again. And Ad Finem have survived the buyback on the Luna, traded the buybacks onto OG, and we still have a Roshan coming up just in a few minutes.
I mean, it is getting to the point, Ben, where it feels like whoever takes this Roche could have the game-winning push underneath their belt. Oh, and it is, Ben.
It is. Dude, he's
my.
in. Nice.
I mean, it is nice, Ben. Is it game-winning, though? That's the question.
One thing about it is the Luna illusion, the SD illusions don't actually get the bonus damage from Rapier, but I'm very surprised that he went for this over the MKB. He's in. They are in.
They are. Ad Finem. They need this win.
He even got this before the Aegis. Like, you don't see this sort of play that often, but Game 3 of Grand Finals, they aren't scared. That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
OG, will they expect it? We'll see if they spot it out. The push ready to come in from Ad Finem in this top lane.
So his BKB timing is like going to have to be very important, because like if you don't BKB early, like a straight glaive could potentially lock him into a 10-second stun duration, and this is why I think it's preposterous a little bit, but maybe it's a good kind of crazy that you're looking for. I don't know. Would you have gotten Rapier with?
I don't know what I would have got, Ben, but the fact that he's done it here in this $1 million game,
yeah,
it shows just incredible amount of just bravado. And
have they scouted it out yet? I'm not sure if she's sent any illusions. Yeah, they should have scouted it out. I think she sent her Manta illusions already, and now she's down the mid lane, so yeah. So how do they approach this? Do they all in on the Luna? Do they try and kite her? Does SD sacrifice his life?
I mean, she's also got that moonshot, of course, swallowed as well.
Oh,
Went
wow.
for that over the buyback, Ben. I mean, you don't go buyback when you go Rapier.
Yeah.
You only live once with a Rapier. And it's into the pit. And already
trying to solo it.
Ad Finem make the movement across Skylark. He comes in. Oh no! He gets held back here. Anna trying to turn with the Dragon Tail. Has been true coil. Holds him up again. The bash is actually causing issues here for Skylark under the ropes. But Madara with a BKB, with a Rapier. He rips down Fly. He needs to find something more. Moving into the pit, looking for Anna, but Anna under the cover of Moonlight Shadow. He's going to be fine. Omni Slash coming through for No Tail. They're good bounces as well. The disruption, but they've lost Spartan. Madara out. He needs to finish this off. He can't die. He cannot fall here. They need him to survive. Mama T is on the back. Madara survives thanks to Baby next time. Holding back Fly.
Oh my god.
Madara will live to see another day.
I cannot believe they saved him. Oh my goodness.
He's TP mid as well. He wants to push the lane. Madara, I mean that team. Oh no, he's farming. No one died here before. Don't do it, Madara. I mean, he's managed to clear out the mid-range racks with the illusions, and it looks like he will be fine.
Well, he has Satanic to help himself up, but as for, he's gonna be hunting him down. He pops the Satanic. Where is Thug with that gem? I mean, he is so bold.
I mean,
there are many adjectives that you can use to describe this man right now.
Oh my goodness, and Roshan still stands, of course. OG were unable to finish it off, and Ad Finem, they can move in and do it very quickly. S4 and Jarek's in the neighborhood, though.
Now BKB is up again, so he feels a little bit safe, and he's gonna run in. Which item is he gonna drop for? Oh, did they see that? I'm pretty sure they saw that. They had their Observer Ward up there, but this Roshan's dropping really fast.
Really quick, Jarek. Looking at jumping in for this one, but Madara takes it. He takes it. He drops the boots, picks up the Aegis, and now they'll look to fight. At Finem with the Fisher, the duel, they've caught out Anna. Madara coming forward, bottom of the BKB, turns towards S4. S4, he tries to survive it, burrows up, uses himself over the air, but now the Eclipse going through. They're falling down low, the two-man dream coil. S4's out, and the trying to get himself the hell out of there. But maybe next time, and Thug, they're on the chase, look towards the sidelines, they won't clip them. But they have the Aegis, and Madara's Divine Rapier purchase is absolutely doing it here, Ben. I don't think they'd be here if that was an MKB right now.
Yeah, I don't think so either, and Nick does not have buyback. They're going to have to fight this 4-on-5.
Could they bring it to a fourth game at Finem? Oh no, oh there's Anna. Jumps in. Immediate disruption as well, Madara, they get the lift, bring him back, Madara jumps forward, and look at the damage, Anna falling low, but there we have the E-play from Jarex, keeping Anna alive. They've got the Lucid Beam, and now the Glaze, bouncing into the DK, forcing Anna to retreat, and they've ripped through the bottom set of racks here at Finem. They found a second, they'll move towards the mid, they're going for the Mega Crease, can OG stop them, No-Tail turns towards them, they've got the flight set up, and then the duel onto No-Tail, Fisher as well, No-Tail, it flies back, they got the hold here, OG, look at the Dragon Tail onto Madara, force back, there's the arrow to finish him off. He's got the Aegis ready for round 2. Still, they don't have S4 out for 30 seconds. Madara pops the man to start. Omni sends the No-Tail coming out of him. Madara kept alive again by these stolen disruptions from Spartan. Anna falling low. Madara is gone. He's gone down. They've lost Madara. And now OG, they're looking for the cleanup. Jump forward for Jarex the Starstorm. He's going to find another. That's going to be Skylark down. He does not have buyback available. But they did get the Mega Creeps. Madara has buyback gold. Thug has buyback gold as well.
And DK is very scary with the Rapier. He's the one that picked it up.
Yeah.
Oh my. And Luna, what is she going to buy? She has 6,800 gold, almost certainly going to have to buy back for this last push. Anna committing all in, Mjolnir ready.
Maybe next time has to be careful. There is a gem on Jarex. This could be the push.
I think they just go straight down. Screw the racks.
Top lane, what's going on here? Oh, Spartan.
He has buyback. No big deal.
They will need it. Anna moving forward. Madara buys back. Thug jumps forward. Immediately looking for Anna. Playing around within the back of there for Jarex and his full. Spartan steals the breathe fire. Madara ready to lead in. There's going to be the E-Blade again. Trying to keep Madara Anna alive. Anna at the center well. Madara in a lot of trouble. Madara still up in the Glimmer Cave. The Glimmer Cave. And again the stolen disruption. They're trying to keep Madara alive. And goes down. Maybe next time buys the time that they need. Anna is out. Oh my god, and he has the Rapier back in his hands!
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time! The Megas, they take the tier 4 Ben! Oh my god! MNC thinking about TPing across, he's gonna cancel it.
They know that DK is in the grave for right now. He doesn't have enough gold for buyback, but that is unknown to Ad Finem, man. This fight should be a lot easier now that the Rapier is back on their side. LC gonna respawn in a little bit of time.
No DK for 80 seconds.
S4, maybe a big stun lock combination can salvage this, but they're up against all odds, up against the Mega Creeps. You'd think this would be the Greek storyline, but now OG are in that position.
Incredible.
Oh, do they not have a gem?
They don't see him,
Oh, buddy.
S4's got the eyes on him. Madara ready to move up for the push. 60 seconds, still no DK. S4 currently just focusing onto Thug. He will reveal himself. Try and jump in onto Thug, immediately blinking away as well, up to the high ground, burrowing up as well. He's drawing their attention away from it. Half Finem, they're a little bit scared.
Where is their gem? Where is reveal? You can't walk around this
And they see him, Skylark, getting nuked down low. The E-Blade finishing him off very, very close, and he gets parked. Skylark's out. They've lost one, and MNC using himself up. Can he play his way out of this one? No, we can't. The stun again from S4.
And both of those heroes actually do not have buybacks. 300 more gold for Earthshaker. Spartan draws the line, maybe in a bit of a craze as they struggle to finish this game. Throne is low, or it's 3,000 HP. Mega Creep's hitting it, 1,000. Oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen here. Anna's back up.
60 seconds. The roughest 60 seconds potentially of our Finem's lives here, where they're just going to be holding on. No maybe next time, and no Skylark.
Mega Creeps are
but they do have these megas,
strong.
And it's hard for OG to push them out. I guess they have the Starstorm.
Maelstroms are coming out.
That's true.
2 Maelstroms, 1 on No-Tail, 1 on Marana. The first line of defense. Anna has heart, so he can kind of just shrug off Mega Creeps, but they need to be able to push out this mid lane all the way down to the T4, and on top of that, Finem have a T2.
It looks like Finem are going to have the full 5-man backup in time, maybe. I mean, 30 seconds?
I think it's rapier time for OG at this point. Like, they need more damage. They need to win one more big fight. And Luna still doesn't have buyback for a few minutes. She's hiding in the trees, but Luna can get picked off by...
back to base.
Yeah, the Mirana and the Nyx are very good at isolating heroes in that sort of situation. And 10 seconds left. Looks like OG will not get that 3-on-5 that they're looking for.
And Finem, they'll reunite. 5 of them back and ready to defend
They
against
still don't
this
have a
push.
gem. Where's the gem? On the Radiant side.
It's not there, Ben.
Yeah, they need it. That is suicide, going into a fight without the Nyx. Like, Nyx Assassin took Puck down to half HP before the fight even started.
Oh my god, let's see that the moonlight was used. So Finem trying to find a pick off. They lead the way, but they've been scanned out. OG know what's up. OG have scanned this. They know that Finem's making this sort of a move. Oh, maybe next time. Held back by an arrow, but there's not going to be any follow-through on that one. Anna's starting to move forward. Finem sort of split up a little awkwardly. Maybe next time holds No-Tail back with the Yules. Now No-Tail gets the Blade Fury off in time before the Fisher comes through. There's going to be the jump in. BKB the lift up. Oh, Anna getting pounded by the Eclipse. Anna's down. Fights back immediately. He's going to try and get himself back in the fight. The only slash from No-Tail onto Skylark. Skylark's out. He's got a buyback. They've lost Thug as well. They're 2 men down on Finem. Madara, he's something big. There'll be a fish in the entrance after that. Empty coming through as well. They'll get No-Tail. No-Tail's dead. No-Tail's dead. 2 minutes, no Juggernaut. And they've lost S4.
Still no.
Where's the vision?
Yeah, they got to get out of here.
Yeah, it's not there.
Whew, wow. Well, Luna survives yet another day. S4 perhaps trying to chase him down, see if he can get a pick on any of these heroes.
Oh, S4. Does he go for the play here? Yeah, he's going to play it safe. I mean, they don't have Juggernaut. And both the Shadow Demon and the DK now, buybacks on cooldown. Finem in a tricky position, of course. No Thug, no Skylark for a good amount of time. But can OG really do anything without that jug? That is the question. They still have
How
Madara
did the
alive.
game get to this point, Owen?
We are having, I believe this is the best game of the tournament so far, Ben.
I sure as hell think so.
And it's certainly going to get better. I mean, if this is the game that allows Finem to push this series to a 4th, it is going to be an absolutely incredible finals. Remember, even at this point, if OG are able to take this win 3-0, winning against Mega Creeps, that's going to be something to write home about as well.
Yeah, how long ago was Mega Creeps? It seems like ages ago. I don't even remember.
And with the builds, I mean, as you mentioned, with these Mionas and such, they are keeping the lanes pushed out despite those Megas. OG are dealing really well with this pressure. We saw them able to put a lot into that fight down bottom. And sometimes, you know, teams may go for that. You'll look back at the base, their base is getting hit by Mega Creeps, but this isn't the case. OG are still controlling the map very well against these Mega Creeps.
Yeah, they've itemized very well versus it, and like Luna, she's just scared to push out lanes because she has that rapier and no buyback. She doesn't even have a pocket rapier in case she dies and needs to buy back in the next fight. And it's going to be very, very scary if OG manages to pick up a rapier. Or pick up Luna's rapier, rather. And unfortunately for Puck, he's actually been falling behind in terms of items. He's had Blink Ag Shivas for, I would say, like 40, 30 minutes, perhaps. And ideally, you want like a Refresher Orb, I think, for another round of coils or a Scythe of Vice so that Juggernaut actually is able to get focused down. Lotus Orb, like I mentioned before, to reflect an Omni Slash would be very, very useful. But unfortunately, he's not been able to scale. But they have Luna, one of the best late gamers.
At this stage of the game, $1 million on the line. And you can really feel it between these two sides. No holding back from either teams. We are seeing everything that these teams have to offer at this stage of the tournament.
The Nyx is still, I think, by far the biggest issue on the side of OG. Like, Finem have to address him somewhat.
They've got the gem on third.
They have the gem, but they also just need to control him. Like, the multiple man stuns, he doesn't even have Octarine yet. Like, imagine if he had Octarine in this game. He would just be controlling the entire fight. And your BKB duration, 5 seconds as a Luna, in this point of the game, just seems so short. You need as many glaives as you can, but Nyx Assassin just limits that so much. And they don't really have a good way to kill him. Like, you can try and like, do you really want to duel him when you want to duel the Juggernaut? And if you try and eclipse him, he's just gonna use. So it's very hard to actually burst through that amount of HP. And S4 will be the Vlad's pickup, so the bare bones of anti-Mega Creep defense We see, I don't see any of the supports yet with the Maelstroms, I guess, aside from Jirax. I don't really consider them support at this point, though. So 3 Maelstroms, or 3 Mjolnirs, rather, in the kit. So Roshan, almost another max duration respawn.
Yeah, it's nearly back up at about 20 seconds.
And OG, they have
They
pushed
know.
out the lane sufficiently enough so that they can actually contest Roach. This is very surprising given that they are up against Mega Creeps. It hasn't changed, but it's still surprising that they've been able to push out the lanes this far and
Been
are
dealing
still in the
really
game.
well with it, but it does leave heroes vulnerable like this. No tail up on top. Skylight is surprise. Touchdown with maybe next time. Oh, totem to the face, son.
82 gold needed for buyback. So right now, he doesn't have it, but he can get it maybe like 50 seconds perhaps. And S4, they're smoked down mid lane, trying to push this out as soon as possible. Are they actually going to try and make a play without the Juggernaut?
There's a backup rapier. Backup rapier for Madara. He's got the buyback as well.
There they go.
So they got buyback and backup rapier. So one death may not be game over for this Luna.
You could just have 2 rapiers.
It's risky, Ben.
If you have another chicken, you
The
can.
backup rapier is nice, Ben.
It is. But, I mean, he already got it in the first place. He is.
I mean, he's not the guy to play it safe. He's the guy to go balls to the wall, do everything that it takes to win the game.
But he doesn't have item slots, so he needs an Aegis. Is he even going to take the Aegis? I don't know.
Yeah, he's dropping the bots already. They want to have that Aegis on the fight.
It's just tough for him because, like, if you don't have BKB, you're likely just going to die again. I guess they saved him last time with the mass 4 stabs, and maybe next time trying to cover the tracks with that blink onto the high ground, and Aegis will go the way of Luna. 77 minutes and counting.
77 minutes in.
This could be it. Juggernaut is up in 30 seconds, but I don't know if 30 seconds is going to be long enough. They could just rush for the throne. They only have 5 seconds with a glyph.
On the high ground, looking for the setup, burrows up, there's the jump in, they found the Fisher into the silence, matter upon the BKB, the Eclipse, they focus down S4, but he uses himself up, buys time, but they're already moving forward, they're heading for the big kills, looking for Anna, Skylight's taken down the Shadow Demon with the jewel, S4 jumps forward, looks for the stun, the Omni Touch from No Tail, they found Skylight, Matter drops low, but he's got the Aegis, he's going to be back for round 2, buyback from Skylight, bounces across, getting himself back in the fight, and here comes Spartan again with the stolen Omni Flash, drops down Anna, the Aegis is open, they're looking to finish the game here, maybe next time looking for Jack, but Madara is hitting the Aegis falling low, and Finem, who was the person doing it, oh, maybe next time comes in with the Echo Slap, they just need a few more touches on that Aegis, it's incredibly low, can they do it, Dog jumps forward, looking to finish it, but he's not going to do it, the OG have held, they have held.
310 HP left on the Dire Ancient. And Luna, I don't think, was close enough to actually get her glaze off onto the throne. Divine Rapier drops, No Tail now is the proud wielder. So no glyph up. They could technically just smoke up and finish it off with their next buyback.
I don't think maybe next time goes for that
There
sort of
is
play.
just way too much armor on that Ancient. 15 armor. Is he going for it?
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's not.
He is going for it.
He's